So last week I was in clinical rotation, and this woman, probably in her late 20s, came in complaining about UTI symptoms for the third time in 2 months. When the nurse asked about her bathroom habits, she admitted she holds it for hours during work because her boss gives her attitude about bathroom breaks. Hours, girl. And I'm standing there thinking, do we not know that our bodies aren't Amazon warehouses that can just hold inventory indefinitely? That moment made me realize we're out here adulting, paying bills, having serious relationships, building careers, but somehow we missed the manual on our own bodies. And honestly, that's not entirely our fault, but it is our responsibility to fix it. So grab whatever you're drinking, hydration check, get comfortable, and let's talk about the things I wish someone had sat me down and explained when I turned 20. No medical jargon, no shame, just real talk between us. Your discharge is literally doing its job. Stop panicking. Can we please normalize the fact that vaginal discharge is normal? I cannot tell you how many times I've seen women in absolute panic mode over something their body is literally supposed to do. Here's the thing. Your vagina is self-cleaning. Yes, you read that right. It has its own cleaning service that works 24/7, and discharge is proof that the system is working. It's like your body's way of taking out the trash and keeping everything balanced. Throughout your cycle, your discharge changes. Sometimes it's creamy, sometimes it's clear and stretchy. That's ovulation, babe. Your body is literally saying prime time for baby making, even if you're absolutely not interested. Sometimes it's thicker, sometimes lighter. All normal. What's not normal? Discharge that smells like fish, looks like cottage cheese, or comes with itching and burning. That's when you need to see someone. But that regular everyday discharge, that's just your body being the incredible self-maintaining machine it is. And please, please stop with the douching and those feminine hygiene products that smell like a Bath & Body Works exploded. Your vagina has a pH balance more delicate than your skincare routine, and those products mess it up. Warm water and mild soap on the outside only. The inside takes care of itself. Your metabolism did not get the memo about your 20s being peak years. Remember when you could eat an entire pizza at midnight and wake up feeling fine? Yeah, your body remembers too, and it's holding a grudge. Here's what they don't tell you. Your metabolism starts shifting in your 20s. Not dramatically, but enough that you'll notice. That's not you being lazy or letting yourself go. That's literally biology. Your muscle mass naturally starts decreasing if you're not actively maintaining it. And since muscle burns more calories than fat, even when you're just sitting there watching Netflix, less muscle means your body needs fewer calories to maintain the same weight. But here's the good news. This is actually the perfect time to build habits. I'm not talking about crash diets or living on celery sticks. I'm talking about understanding that your body needs proper fuel now more than ever. Protein isn't just for gym bros. It helps maintain that muscle mass. Complex carbs give you sustained energy. White bread is not your friend, I'm sorry. And fats, your hormones literally need them to function. Also, can we talk about how eating less is not always the answer? Sometimes your body is holding on to weight because you're not eating enough. Undereating slows your metabolism because your body thinks there's a famine and goes into preservation mode. Your body is smart, but sometimes it's a little too smart for its own good. Those period changes? Yeah, they're real, and they matter. If your period was predictable at 18 and now it's doing whatever it wants, welcome to your 20s. Your cycle can change, and often does, throughout your 20s and beyond. Stress, weight changes, sleep patterns, exercise, diet, all of it affects your cycle. I've literally seen my own period shift by a week during exam season. Your body is responding to your life, and your menstrual cycle is one of its main communication channels. Here's what you need to track, and I mean actually track, not just guess. The length of your cycle, how heavy your flow is, your symptoms, and any major changes. There are apps for this. Use them. Because when something is wrong, having that data is gold. Speaking of wrong, let's talk about what's not normal and needs checking. Periods so heavy you're changing pads, tampons every hour. Pain so bad you can't function. No, that's not just bad cramps. Cycles shorter than 21 days or longer than 35 days consistently. Bleeding between periods. missing periods when you're not pregnant, PCOS, endometriosis, thyroid issues. These are common conditions that often show up in your 20s, and they're all manageable, but only if you actually address them. That "it's probably nothing" mentality? We're not doing that anymore. Your breasts change, and that's okay, but know what's not okay. Your breasts are going to feel different throughout your cycle. They might get tender before your period. They might feel lumpier. This is normal. What you need to do is get familiar with how your breasts normally feel so you can notice when something changes. Do self-exams once a month. About a week after your period ends, that's when they're least likely to be tender or swollen. You're looking for new lumps that don't go away after your period, changes in breast size or shape, dimpling or puckering of the skin, nipple discharge. That's not milk if you're not breastfeeding. Inverted nipples that weren't inverted before. And yes, even in your 20s, you can get breast cancer. It's rare, but it happens. So don't skip this. Make it as routine as brushing your teeth. Also, different sized breasts are normal. Like, most women have one breast slightly larger than the other. We're human, not symmetrical robots. UTIs are not just annoying, they're serious business. Back to that woman I mentioned at the beginning, UTIs are not something to just deal with or ignore. They can travel up to your kidneys and cause serious infections. Here's your UTI prevention checklist. Pee after sex. Every single time, even if you don't feel like you need to. Wipe front to back. How are we still having to say this? Don't hold your pee for hours. Stay hydrated. Your pee should be light yellow, not dark. Cotton underwear lets things breathe. Avoid tight pants 24/7. And if you get frequent UTIs, that's worth investigating. It could be about technique, anatomy, products you're using, or even the type of birth control. Don't just accept it as your lot in life. Your pelvic floor is not just for after pregnancy. Real talk. I did not know what a pelvic floor was until nursing school. And now I'm mad nobody told me sooner. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles that support your bladder, uterus, and bowel. And yes, they need exercise too. Not just after you have kids, now. Weak pelvic floor muscles can lead to leaking when you laugh, sneeze, or jump, problems with sex, pelvic pain, bowel issues. Kegel exercises strengthen these muscles, and no, they're not just squeezing randomly. You're actually engaging specific muscles, the ones you use to stop peeing midstream, though don't actually stop peeing to practice, that can cause problems. The good news? You can do them anywhere. In class, at work, watching TV. Nobody knows. It's like a secret superpower. Your gut health affects everything. I am not exaggerating when I say your gut health influences your mood, your skin, your immunity, your hormones, your weight, your energy. Literally everything. Your gut has trillions of bacteria, your microbiome, and when it's balanced, you feel good. When it's not, that's when things go sideways. Signs your gut might be struggling: constant bloating, irregular bowel movements. You should be going at least once a day, ideally. Skin issues like acne or eczema. Mood swings and anxiety. Constant fatigue, getting sick often. How to support your gut: probiotics, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi. Fiber, fruits, vegetables, whole grains. Limit processed foods and excessive sugar. Manage stress. Stress literally changes your gut bacteria. Stay hydrated. Limit antibiotics to when you actually need them. Your gut is called your second brain for a reason. Take care of it. Sleep is not negotiable. Your body is screaming this. I know. You're busy. You have a social life, you're binge watching that show, you're scrolling through TikTok at 2 a.m. But here's the thing. Sleep is when your body does its major repair work. It's when it balances hormones, consolidates memories, repairs tissue, and basically does all the maintenance you're preventing by staying up. Chronic sleep deprivation in your 20s leads to weight gain, it messes with hunger hormones, weakened immunity, increased anxiety and depression, memory and concentration issues, faster aging, yes really, higher risk of chronic diseases later. You need 7 to 9 hours, not 5, not 6, 7 to 9. And no, you cannot catch up on weekends. Your body doesn't work like a bank account. Create a sleep routine, same bedtime, same wake time. Dark room, cool temperature, no screens for an hour before bed, the blue light messes with melatonin. It sounds boring and responsible, but your body will literally thank you. Your mental health is part of your physical health. There is no separation between mental and physical health. They're interconnected. Your anxiety can cause physical symptoms. Your depression can manifest as physical pain. Your chronic stress can lead to actual illness. In your 20s, you're dealing with a lot. Maybe you're finishing school, starting careers, navigating relationships, dealing with family dynamics, figuring out who you are. That's heavy. And here's what nobody tells you. It's incredibly common for anxiety and depression to first appear or intensify in your 20s. Your brain is still developing until about age 25, and hormones are still doing their thing. Signs you might need help. Feeling sad, anxious, or empty most days. Loss of interest in things you used to enjoy. Changes in appetite or sleep. Fatigue or lack of energy. Difficulty concentrating. Physical symptoms with no medical cause. Thoughts of self-harm. Therapy is not for crazy people. It's for humans navigating being human. There's no medal for struggling alone. And if medication helps, that's okay too. You wouldn't judge someone for taking medication for diabetes. Brain chemistry is no different. Birth control is about more than just not getting pregnant. Whether you're sexually active or not, understanding birth control options is important because they do different things. Hormonal birth control, pills, patches, IUDs, implants can help with heavy periods, painful periods, acne, PCOS symptoms, endometriosis pain. But they can also have side effects like mood changes, weight changes, decreased libido, breakthrough bleeding, headaches. There's no one-size-fits-all. What works for your friend might not work for you. And if something doesn't feel right, speak up. You're not being difficult. You're advocating for your health. Also, just so we're clear, birth control pills don't protect against STIs. Condoms do. If you're sexually active, you need both pregnancy prevention and STI protection, unless you're in a monogamous relationship where both partners have been tested. Your bones are banking deposits right now. This sounds like something that matters when you're 70, but actually, your 20s and early 30s are when you reach peak bone mass. After that, it's all about maintenance. What you do now determines your bone health for the rest of your life. You need calcium, dairy, leafy greens, fortified foods, vitamin D, sunlight, supplements, fortified foods, weight-bearing exercise, walking, running, dancing, lifting weights, adequate protein. What hurts your bones? Smoking, excessive alcohol, being underweight, eating disorders, lack of exercise, not enough calcium or vitamin D. Osteoporosis might seem like an old person's disease, but it's determined by what you do in your younger years. Think of it as an investment account. You're making deposits now for your future self. Your skin needs different things. Now that skincare routine from high school, it's not cutting it anymore. In your 20s, your skin is still relatively resilient, but you're starting to see the effects of sun damage, late nights, stress, and just aging. This is when prevention matters most. The non-negotiables. Sunscreen, every day, SPF 30 minimum. Moisturizer, even if you have oily skin. Gentle cleanser, stop using that harsh stuff. Retinol, if you want to prevent aging, this is the gold standard. What's actually damaging your skin? Not removing makeup before bed. Touching your face constantly. Not changing pillowcases regularly. Harsh scrubs and cleansers. Picking at your skin. Smoking. Excessive alcohol. Chronic stress, poor diet. Dehydration. Your skin is your largest organ. It deserves more than a random cleanser and hoping for the best. Your posture is creating your future back problems. Right now, as you're reading this, how are you sitting? Hunched over your phone? Slouched on the couch? Yeah, your future self is not going to be happy about that. We spend hours every day looking down at phones and computers, and our bodies are paying the price. Tech neck is real, and it's causing problems in younger and younger people. What poor posture leads to? Chronic neck and back pain, headaches, reduced lung capacity, digestive issues, fatigue, long-term spinal problems. Fix it now. Be aware of your posture throughout the day. Set up your workspace ergonomically. Strengthen your core and back muscles. Stretch regularly. Take breaks from sitting. Hold your phone at eye level. I know it sounds minor, but the cumulative effect of years of poor posture is significant. And it's so much easier to prevent than to fix later. Alcohol affects you differently now, and more than you think. Remember when you could bounce back from a night out like it never happened? Yeah, those days are fading fast. Your body's ability to process alcohol changes as you age. And in your 20s, you're starting to notice worse hangovers. It takes less to get drunk. Recovery takes longer, weight gain all has a lot of calories, sleep disruption, skin issues, anxiety. Anxiety is real. But beyond the immediate effects, regular drinking affects your hormones, your mental health, your liver, obviously, your gut health, your immune system, your skin, your weight, your sleep quality. I'm not saying never drink. I'm saying be honest about how much you're drinking and what it's doing to you. If you're drinking multiple times a week or using alcohol to cope with stress, that's worth examining. Your reproductive health timeline matters, even if you don't want kids. Whether you want children or not, understanding your reproductive health and timeline is important. Here's what's real. Female fertility does decline with age. Not dramatically in your 20s, but understanding the timeline helps you make informed decisions about your life. Your most fertile years are typically late teens to late 20s. Fertility starts declining gradually around 30, more noticeably after 35. This doesn't mean you can't or won't get pregnant later. Many women do, but it might be harder or require assistance. What affects your fertility? PCOS, endometriosis, STIs, especially untreated, smoking, excessive alcohol, being significantly over or underweight, chronic stress, environmental toxins. If you do want kids someday, knowing this helps you plan. If you don't want kids, this information helps you stay vigilant about birth control because you're definitely still fertile. Also worth knowing, egg freezing is an option if you want to preserve your fertility but aren't ready for kids. It's expensive, but it's an option. Your stress response is aging you faster than anything else. Stress is not just all in your head. Chronic stress physically changes your body. What stress does, raises cortisol, the stress hormone, suppresses your immune system, disrupts your sleep, affects your digestion, increases inflammation, raises blood pressure, contributes to weight gain, accelerates aging, affects your menstrual cycle, impacts fertility. And here's the thing. You can't always control what stresses you out, but you can control how you manage it. Stress management isn't optional. Exercise. This is huge. Sleep. Social connection. Hobbies and downtime. Saying no. Therapy or counseling. Meditation or mindfulness. Time in nature. Creative outlets. You're not going to eliminate stress from your life, but you need tools to process it, or it will literally make you sick. Regular checkups are not just for when something's wrong. You need to see a doctor regularly, even when you feel fine. This is when you catch problems early, when they're easiest to treat. Your 20s checklist, annual physical exam, pelvic exam and pap smear, starting at 21, every 3 years if normal, STI screening if sexually active, blood cholesterol screening, especially if family history, thyroid screening if indicated, skin checks, dental cleanings twice a year, eye exams. I know it's easy to skip these when you're young and healthy, but prevention is so much easier than treatment, and early detection literally saves lives. Plus, establishing care with providers now means you have someone who knows your baseline when something does come up. Your 20s are this weird in-between phase where you're not a teenager anymore, but you're still figuring out this whole adult thing. And part of adulting is taking responsibility for your health. Not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel good. Your body is going to be with you for the rest of your life. She's the only one you get. And what you do now, the habits you build, the attention you pay, the care you give, that determines how the rest of your life feels. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything right, but you do need to pay attention. Be curious, ask questions, don't ignore warning signs. And for the love of everything, please stop comparing your body to others. Your body is unique. She has her own timeline, her own needs, her own language. Learn it, respect it, take care of it. Because 20-year-old you might bounce back from anything, but 40-year-old you is going to either thank you or resent you for what you're doing right now. Choose thank you. And hey, we're all learning together. I'm literally learning this stuff as I go through nursing school, seeing it play out in real life and constantly going, why did nobody tell us this before? So let's tell each other. Let's share this information. Let's stop being embarrassed about our bodies and start being informed about them. Your body is not your enemy. She's your home. Treat her like it. Now go drink some water, schedule that checkup you've been putting off, and give yourself credit for caring enough to read this whole thing. You're already doing better than you think. Take care of her. She's the only one you've got. So you really did watch this video to the end and haven't subscribed yet? Come on, people. We don't do that here. Subscribe and like and tell me what part of the universe you are watching from. I'm in Pluto. Just to be frank, I'm a female dude, not a male dude. A nursing student passionate about your mental, physical, emotional, and educational health. Check out my other videos if you want, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Always stay happy and subscribe for an injection.